All right, we ready?
Let's ready.
Go. All right, we're rolling. Welcome to LBS Talks, episode number 3. We're just here with me and Alicia, and we got some topics to talk about. So first thing we talk about is some new equipment. We made some investments on some microphones and some recording equipment to make sure that you get the best quality for your listening pleasure. Because audio is pretty important when it comes to podcasts. And not to say that you won't be getting some recordings of me in the car, because that seems like the only time I have time to record these things. But we'll try and use this equipment to make sure that we got some good quality. So we are 1 week out. I am 1 week out from a meet that I'm doing.
Along with 4 others.
And
three others.
Who are those other 3?
Ariel,
Junior,
and Ayana.
All right, so there'll be a total of 4 of us competing. This meet is actually in Long Beach, California. I think it's called Excel.
Yeah.
CrossFit. And that's happening on Saturday the 2nd. So
Well, not only that, you should say that all 4 of you are going there to break or set records.
That is correct. We will be setting and breaking and dominating that event, I bet. Not to sound too cocky about it, but we will be setting some records. This is a drug-tested meet, a USPA sanctioned meet, which is going to be drug tested. For those of you that are
it's the first drug tested meet.
All 4 of us are doing our first drug tested meet. So the USPA is trying to push hard on some drug testing meets throughout their regions to kind of compete with the USPAL, which is kind of under fire right now for their drug testing policies and people popping for PEDs. So that's cool. So we'll be competing next week, Saturday.
December 2nd.
I don't know when this is going to drop. So hopefully this will drop prior to us going to the meet. So I'm going to talk about how meet prep went. So we decided to dabble in a little juggernaut type of program this go around.
Marissa
Inda's version of the juggernaut. It was pretty difficult. I don't think, did we have a full 12 weeks of training?
Yes, 13.
Okay. 13 weeks. So it was pretty hard. We weren't used to, or I should say, I'll just speak for me. I wasn't used to the amount of volume that
I can say that Ariel wasn't used to it either. Yeah,
I don't think any of us were. We're used to the 1-2 rep type of of training. So this was an experience, and at 1 week out, I can say that I think I am, looking back at the training, I think it was well worth it.
Yeah.
It was, it paid off. In weeks, 5, 6, 7, I was hating it. I said, this isn't going to work. This is stupid. I'm going to get hurt. And
no, I think it was from day one.
Probably from day one.
Because you had to rep out like 5 by 8.
Yeah, it was kind of hard. So at 1 week out and testing, this past week, we've been testing our openers and possible second attempts, and I can honestly say that I'm ready. I think I'm ready to put up some numbers, big numbers for myself at least. So as far as you've been with the other 3 more than I have, what do you think their take on that training was?
Well, Ayana did it halfway through, so she's going to run the program again because she's competing for the February meet. I want to say that Junior and Ariel did awesome on it. And Ariel is like me, where she doesn't follow programs. So we made a deal to follow at least 7 weeks, and she ended up doing all 13. And she's ready. She's hit a lot of PRs during this meet prep. Junior is hitting many PRs. And what's interesting about him is, and what I'm proud of, is he is going to be doing his third meet with his third different weight class, which is very unheard of.
Yeah, to
be stronger
and speaking from what he was telling us is that he's actually gotten stronger as his weight went down.
And he's dropped 2. This is his third weight class. He went from 220 to 181.
So historically, people actually get weaker when they drop weight, especially in bench. Bench is I guess a fat man's movement. Most people are stronger in bench when they're at a heavier body weight. Ariel could be setting records depending on, she would be setting records regardless, but depending on where she weighs in Friday morning, she could either weigh in at...
she could be in the 104 weight class, the 105 weight class, or the 114.
Yeah, so either way, she's going to set records in either one of those classes. And like I said, we're all going to be shooting for some American and state records in this upcoming meet. And it should be fun. That meet's going to be put on by our friend down at Nas Power, Lord Elliott. He puts on some awesome meets. So we've competed in a few meets, and we know what a good meet director can do and what a bad meet director can do. And I got to say, his meets are top notch. Speaking of training and writing programs, and we kind of got this program. It's a juggernaut hybrid from Marissa Inda. What do you think about hiring a coach? Do you think hiring a coach is money well spent? Is it good for somebody who's just getting into sport? Is it what is your view of hiring one of these coaches to program you for a meet?
I truly believe in it. I know that some people don't. I think if you're going to hire a coach, you have to, 1, know yourself, 2, get to know them. So like anything, you need, if you're going to invest in something, you're going to investigate about it, right? And learn about it. I believe truly in hiring a coach, because you need to have somebody to be accountable to.
Yeah. I think it's super important to do your research when it comes to hiring a coach.
Very.
You're not just going to go buy a car without knowing what you're buying. You're just not going to just hop into this car and say, well, I want this car. No, you're going to do you have to. If you're thinking about hiring a coach out there, you need to do your research on that coach. And I would actually, my personal opinion is that if I was a coach, I wouldn't take a new client, especially like an online type of coach.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I don't believe in online coaches. For beginners.
For beginners, right. Because for a beginner, if you're a beginner, you really need to find a strength training gym in your region or wherever you live. You need to find a strength training gym and go there and get some guidance from some people who know. Online training, online coaching, I call it online programming, because that's all it really should be, is a program. Somebody's writing your program, because an online coach cannot identify weaknesses through videos. He cannot coach you at that particular moment when you're lifting. All he can see is the after. Right? He or she watches video after.
Not only that, I've seen a couple people in our gym only post their good set. So the coach only sees the good set. They don't see the 5 million sets that you failed before that or after that.
And, coaching giving cues, especially
Yes.
cues are very important during a lift, whether it be, hips or strong
Shoulders,
back,
elbows.
tight, look up, all these little cues are so important during a lift.
And I now also for beginners, the reason why online coaching is not good is there's so many other things that come in a meet prep, and it's emotional. That's what a lot of people don't talk about. Is it's not only, I'm just going to do the lift, I'm going to follow the program. There are days where as a coach, you're basically reminding the athlete why they're doing it, or why they shouldn't quit, or why they need to do it this way or that way.
Right. So, okay, so let's talk about somebody who is experienced, okay? So somebody who is experienced, what do you think about writing your own program? Do you think writing your own program is a good thing or a bad thing?
For me, let's say me.
Right.
I am honest with myself enough that, I can write my own program. I am also honest enough to say that I will not follow it or any program, because I'm the one that I did Juggernaut, I did the Cube Method, I've done Marissa Inda's, and basically I've gotten bored, or I'll say, I don't want to do 5 sets of 8. I'll just do 3x4, which everybody knows I'm known for.
Right. So in other words, being accountable to somebody. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Being accountable to somebody other than yourself, because we will always try to cheat ourselves, Yeah. Yeah. During your workout, you'll be like, you know what? I'll skip this. I'm tired.
Yeah. Like in my case, I have a time limit. I can't just dilly-dally and say like, okay, I'm going to take breaks between, or yes, I am going to psych myself up for this set because I am nice. I spend 90% of my day trying to motivate other people. So who's going to motivate me?
Right. So I think both of us have the consensus that we could write our own programs. We choose not to. Personally, some people might write their own programs and do great. But I think most people need to be accountable to somebody else when it comes to programming and getting your 12 weeks or however long your program is.
Yes.
So one of the things that most of us go through is trust issues with the program. Remember how I was saying during
Marissa ended.
week 5 and 6, you're just doubting everything. You're doubting all your lifts. You're doubting your strength. You're doubting the program itself. So trusting the program is super important, I think. What do you think? A lot of people, we've experienced that, right? A lot of people doubting it, especially towards the end.
Well, you're writing my program right now, and I doubt you every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're doubting the programming. But so tell me, in the end, because we've gone through this a few times, it always seems to work out, right? To the point where when you arrive at that meet, you should be peaking. That's your peak point. So you need to trust the program, so that when you get to that meet day, week 12 or 13, whatever the case may be, that you're peaking and that you're going to lift what you set out to lift.
Right. Well, yeah. Also, I haven't actually had a real good meet prep in all my meets I've done, because I've been injured every single...
Something or another pops up and happens. So shit happens, right? Life happens.
Yeah.
So hopefully come February, this will be your first complete prep. You know what I mean? To the
Yes.
point where there's no distractions. There's nothing.
You're not doing a
training.
meet.
I'm not doing the meet.
You can focus on me. I can focus on my clients.
I can handle you.
Ashley's not competing.
Right. For those of you that don't know, we did a meet a while back, and
we thought it'd be cool and awesome.
we had a ton of lifters. I forget the number. Well, we have like 14, 15 lifters, and we were lifting ourselves. So that made it
as a family.
So that made it like 17 lifters altogether. And if you are new to powerlifting, at a powerlifting meet, you need a handler. You need that person that's going to think for you. Because there's all kinds of little things that you're going to forget during warm-ups. Oh, what should I put on the bar
I've
for warm-ups?
seen people forget to latch their belt when they deadlift when they're on the platform,
Right.
or walk on the platform with earphones on.
Wrist sleeves, simple things. You need that because you're uber focused on what you are about to do on that platform, and the last thing that you should be worrying about is the ammonia. Did I chalk my hands? Did I put baby powder on my legs? Your belt. You still have your earphones in your ears as you walk onto the platform? I've seen that many times.
And I think that meet, I know I wasn't, I did hit meet PRs, but I wasn't focused on me at all. I was focused on my girls. I was focused on Ashley and focused on you. So I think February is going to be hopefully fun.
Yeah, February should be good because I can handle you. There's a few other people doing it, but
first timers.
Yeah, first timers, and I think we can handle.
It's smaller. I'll be bringing smaller people this time.
Right, so I think we will be able to handle the handling of all our lifters.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you trust the program?
Like I said, I wasn't trusting the program, but at this point, I feel great. I feel like I'm going to do well. I'm going to do good in this meet, and I can't help but trust it now. You know what I mean? So I am ready. I feel good about it. I'm ready to do it. Yes. I was listening to, I listened to some podcasts, and I listened to some inspirational talks and this and that. And one of the things that came up is like the 5%, right? Remember Rich Piana, who passed away? He had the 5% nutrition company. But for those of you that know, his saying was something about the 5%. 5% of the population are the ones that will put in the work, will see things through. So like a perfect example is our gym. 5% of lifters will come to our gym because they know
5% of the population of Lemoore.
Right. They know that our gym, our gym is a place that they'll get better. And only 5% are willing to put their
leave their egos at the door
and just be brave enough to walk in the door. Be brave. So if you're a member of LBS or any strength training gym, powerlifting gym, you are special because to most people are intimidated by these big guys throwing around weight, even though they're the nicest people in the world and will help you in a lifting capacity much more frequently than in a commercial gym. Commercial gyms are bullshit, and they would rather laugh at you than help you. So 5%, I think that's a cool saying that you are part of the 5% that is willing to try, willing to do, willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and do it.
Well, yeah. Our gym is intimidating. Even when the girls lift, it's intimidating to me, and I own the gym.
Yeah, some people, when they watch videos of either our guy lifters or our girl lifters, they'll either have two ideas about it. They'll be like,
they have to lift a certain weight just to be able to be in this gym.
Right.
Or they're going to get judged on how they lift or
Right.
what they look like or...
Yeah, they're either, oh my God, I want to lift that much weight. I want to be like that. I want to beat that person in the video. I want to lift more than that person in that video. Or they're the latter half. They're the ones that say, "Oh, I can't lift that much. I'll never be able to."
Or
lift
they
that
say,
much.
"Oh, I'm not into powerlifting." They think that LBS is just a powerlifting gym,
Right.
and it's not.
Oh, and it's not.
And it's not a it's a strength gym. I'm not stupid. We built it because we picked the equipments that are in there for certain reasons. And it's obviously it's working if 90% of my girls that are in there actually gotten better, look better, and are stronger. So there must be a reason, and it's not only that we only power lift. I think that's what I get upset about, is people judge us thinking that we actually judge them.
Right.
When we don't.
No, we don't. So, like I was saying, I watch a lot of inspirational videos and stuff like that because I want to be inspired. I want to be a leader. I want to be a
Good father.
everything. I want to be very positive, right? So I watched this, and I'm gonna fuck this up, but there was this speaker who said 80% of the population can do whatever you do, right? 80% gets up in the morning, 80% brushes their teeth, 80% gets in their car and drive. So 80% of the population can do what you do, right? And then he goes on to say that 15% of the population can do something
Extra.
special, right? Like a doctor or whatever.
A Navy SEAL.
Right. So, well, no, Navy SEALs. Now you're getting into the 5%.
Oh, okay.
Navy SEALs are the 5% of the population, right? They're the ones who are willing to sacrifice things and do things that other people aren't willing to do. And he goes on to say that there's 5 words that will kill anything. 5 words that will kill your dreams. 5 words that will kill your aspirations. 5 words. These 5 words are, I don't have the time. Right? So those 5 words right there kill everything. They kill your dreams. So if you're not willing to put in the work, put in the time, because who has time, right? Nobody has time, but you need to be able to adapt and be able to what's the word I'm looking for? You need to be able to rise above and sacrifice. That's a good word. You need to be able to sacrifice in order to get better, in order to achieve. So all of you guys out there who make the excuse of I don't have the time, those 5 words, take that out of your vocabulary and make shit work.
Or you can say me and I do completely understand. Is that 5? Nope, that's 4.
That's 4. That's 4 words. So don't do the 4 words. Do the 5 words. So you need to make the time. We all have issues in our life. We all work paycheck to paycheck. I mean, everybody's been there. Everybody's struggled. You need to just find that inner strength and
I think
persevere and do it.
It starts with you need to make a goal. Because you can talk all day long about being motivated and everything, but what are you motivated for?
Right.
What are you doing this for?
Right.
Why the hell are you fucking going into the gym every day to go squat 3 times your body weight? What are you doing it for? What's
Right.
the goal?
Yeah.
Why are you posting all these damn videos on Instagram and saying, oh, look, I'm a powerlifter or I hit this. What's the goal? I think on anything, you need to make a goal first. I believe in goals. I don't care if it's my goal like this week. My goal this week was to do cardio every single fucking day.
Right. Small goals.
Small goals.
You need to make small goals
equal to the big
right.
reward at the end.
And you have to be patient. You know what the most important thing is patience. Because if you're expecting results tomorrow, within an hour, next week, next month, next year, you're going to fail. You need to be patient. This is a long game. We are playing the long game. For some people, things fall in their laps. Things just happen. But you need to be patient. You need to be super patient. Like I said, if you're expecting to succeed in what you're doing overnight, then you've already lost. You've already lost the game. You need to be patient. Everything is about patience.
And yes.
And
willing to fail.
Willing to fail. Failure is there is no failures. There's only lessons, right? So if you fail, what is that? That's a lesson. A lesson to not do it again, to not fail again. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. So don't be insane.
Oh my God, that's me on cardio.
Don't do cardio. Don't be insane. I was listening to a talk with a person. I forget who it was, but and don't mind the facts. The facts are usually wrong. But he was talking about core, and the reason why I talk about core today is the core is super important, right? So he was talking about your core being it's a stabilizer muscle.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's a it stabilizes.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you do your core?
I should do more. I should do more core. But yeah, it was a very interesting talk that this guy had, and he was explaining that the core, he was saying that sit-ups are actually bad for you because the core muscles are not
engaged.
They're not like what's the word I'm looking for? They're not a reactive muscle. It's a stabilizing muscle.
Your core is not just one muscle. Your core is your whole torso.
Correct. It wraps around your whole body.
It is what moves you.
I don't know what brought me on the core, but I needed to do more core.
Core is what's going to make you be able to walk when you're 110 years old and not break your hips.
Very important. Very important. I need to do more core. My core is pretty strong, but it's I just don't do enough core work. I think we are done. Do you have anything else you want to talk about from this past week? Anything that happened?
Every single one of my people are awesome. Yes.
This is shout out to all LBS members. You guys are awesome. You guys inspire us every day. You guys come into the gym to work out.
When I feel like shutting down, somebody always surprises me.
Yeah, you guys are super inspirational. You think that we inspire you, is the other way around. You guys really inspire us to see certain people achieving physical goals as well as mental goals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Both goals is amazing. It's super amazing to see these girls and guys achieving these goals. To see guys that come in with knee problems, shoulder problems, and they get their ass in there and they work. It's super inspiring.
I want to just say one thing before we leave, is that powerlifting gets a lot of shit, right? I know we all make a lot of jokes like, oh, we're the fat bodybuilders and everything, but there's more to powerlifting than just the numbers. And it's about the feeling or the emotion that comes with it and the confidence. And I think that's what people don't understand on why we do it or why 90% of LBS is girls and moms It's because they have this confidence that they lost, that they forgot who they were, and they have this strength that they forgot that they had. And when they lift that weight, they find it again. And it's not even in the weight anymore. It's about they realize how gorgeous they are, or how they don't need that asshole boyfriend, or they could do that job that they never thought that they could do. That's what powerlifting is about. And that's what LBS is about. That's all I want to say.
That's cool. Yeah. Thank you for that. That was awesome. Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We are
Done.
We are done. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure that if you like our podcast, and you want to see more, make sure on Apple iTunes that you give it a 5-star. Give it a 5-star liking on the Apple iTunes. And if you're watching this on the YouTubes, then give it a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Give it a subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch you on the next one, episode 4. Thanks.